Hello scrappy friends, and welcome back to my channel for another layout process video. I am doing a 12 by 12 layout today for my 2016 album. Yes, I'm playing catch up. It's our Mother's Day, my Mother's Day then. As you can see, I already had pre-planned and done some chopping and whatnot so that to save everyone the hassle and me the hassle of editing it all back out for you and keeping this video short and simple. I am using the January Kitaholic Kits main kit, and it came with some beautiful blues and turquoisey kind of paper, and I wanted to give it a go, this layout a go using those. The paper you can see is a 12 by 12 piece, and I think it's from a Kaiser Craft line. The ephemera that I use in this layout is also a Kaiser Craft collectible line as well that came in the kit. Now as you can see here, I am putting some texture paste through a stencil, again a Kaiser Craft stencil. It wasn't part of the plan, but for some reason I felt like getting my mixed media groove on, so I decided that I would not go overboard with it and just add a bit of something different, a bit of texture to this page. I was a little bit worried, I think, that it would look a bit flat with the colour the way it was, but also, as I said, really I just needed a good excuse to do some messy play. Now the video will jump in a second and you will see that, yep, move to, I've got two extra pieces that you can see there, and I'm just using my heat gun to zap it dry for me, because then I'll just get this done quickly. I'm not particularly a patient person, but I also wanted to get this layout done during my quiet break from kids today at lunchtime. So just zapping through. I do cut some of the drawing process out for you, but just so anyone who might be a beginner again can see how the process works. And by no means am I an expert, but yeah. So yeah. All right. Now it's the texture paste had pretty much dried, and now I'm just going back to placement of all my things. Now the plan you saw for this layout at the beginning of the video is obviously going to take a completely different shape because I added the texture paste, which added a bit more dimension to the page, but it also added something different, and I wanted to change around how I did my layout and embellished it and whatnot, and where the photos actually go. Yeah, it can be flexible like that. Now I did try and use a fight with this wet glue today. It just didn't want to work. It must have known that I was trying to film. But I do use some wet glue here just to stick on stick this ephemera piece onto the texture paste, just because it sticks a lot better than the double-sided tape that I would usually use. The ephemera pieces that came in this collectibles pack are really quite beautiful. The whole kit in general is really quite beautiful. Most of the kits are. All the kits that I've gotten from Kitaholics has been, but this one, just something about it. I guess maybe it's very summery, with the blues and the turquoises and things like that, but it was just awesome. So hence I had to sort of dig in, and I managed to open the kit today and go, yay, this is what I want to do. And I'm playing catch up on 2016, so I'm trying to get through this album. I don't scrap daily, and nor do I have a set plan. I do try and, I guess, sort of monthly with my project life. Last year was the first time I did an album for a year, and planned to do an album for a year. And not only just the main events that happen, like birthdays and all the rest of it, but bits and pieces in between, you know, family outings, or, you know, things like, you know, exciting might happen or whatever. It doesn't always have to be the big main events that are going on, I decided. So yeah, so now I'm just, as I said, playing catch up. Now we've gotten past Christmas and whatnot. So hopefully get through this so I can start on the 2017 one and not fall behind on it. These silver doilies that you see were also in the main kit as well. And again, when I actually originally planned this layout last night, I wasn't having the doily in there, but it missed, something was missing. And so I decided that that was going to go in. Now, instead of actually adding a journaling card or anything, I decided to use the 4 strips of paper that came in the cut aparts for the kit as well, which are designed by, the printables, which are designed by one of the team members for Kitaholic Kids. So yeah, I decided to try something a bit different as well. Usually I'm searching around for a journal card or something. For some reason in my head, that's what I need to do. So I decided I'd try something a bit different and just use those little rectangle pieces as the tag kind of thing. So yeah, you can see here I'm just fiddling around with the placement. I do put double-sided foam tape that I just picked up at my local cheapie shop on to boost the photos off the page a little bit as well. And I decided that because I had the sort of cluster of pieces at the top, ephemera pieces at the top, I wanted to have something on the opposite corner as well. So that's what you can see me working on here. Now I do start with using the first piece is just double-sided tape to the paper, and then the remaining two pieces that I sit on top of this larger piece are boosted up by a little bit of the foam tape, just to give that corner a bit of pop and dimension, just something a bit different. So just popping them down. I do toy with the idea throughout the video, and I think you might see me playing around with adding. There's some wood veneer hearts that came, that you'll see me use in a little while. They also came in the kit, and they're from Corbett Creations. They're beautiful little wood veneer hearts. I've never had little wood veneer hearts like that before, so how exciting for me. The sequins you can see off screen, just slightly off to the right there, are also in the kit, as well as those white thickers, which I'll use on this layout as well. So yeah, back to the layout, just fiddling around with where I want everything to go. With these pieces, for some reason, I just wasn't sure how they were going to sit. And I don't know if you can really notice it on camera, but my main photo on the left is not sitting straight, which was really quite frustrating for me. I can be a bit of a clean-cut, pedantic scrapper sometimes. I do try and let go a little bit as well. That little tag piece that you saw, banner piece that you just saw me place, was called, it says "This is my life." That little acetate piece that says "Fabulous" came in the last month's kit, I think, the December kit, and I haven't used them yet, not all of them. But in my head, when I did this layout, when I decided to do my next layout, it had to use one of those words. That was my goal. I had to have one of those words used. And that little piece I just wrote on, it just says, I just wrote 2016 on. It also came in the printables as well. So just a little tag. I did try and have a look in my stash for something really tiny that would fit on there, but I just couldn't find anything I liked. So I just wrote on it instead. Now these are little thick thickers as well from American Crafts that came in the kit. And it's funny because I went out to Spotlight the other week when I got my haul, and I kept going past these and thinking, I don't know if I like white thickers. I thought, oh no, I think I want to make them, when I get them, I want them to, they're not cheap to buy. So, I want to get the good, like the nice looking stuff. But this, I decided I quite like these. So I might, next haul, I might add these to my list. So yeah, just making the title of my layout here, just Mother's Day. As I said, this was all pre-planned. The planning side of it did take a bit longer than the actual layout itself, because there were so many pieces I wanted to use, as well as, trying to make sure I didn't use all the pieces in one layout. I can be a bit of a hoarder. Alright, so I do just journal on these tags. Now I do, as you can see, I am fiddling around with them a little bit, because they are coloured, like a coloured border on each of them. So I want to do, I think it goes a light grey, a darker grey, or maybe a light green, a grey colour, a lighter blue, and then a deeper blue. So I just wanted to have a bit of order to them, just so they maybe stuck out a little bit more. And all I write, my journaling for it, is Mother's Day morning, I worked to a very yummy breakfast with my 2 babies and a present of scrappy fun. I'd had a lay-by at Spotlight, yay, when I discovered the Spotlight lay-by, and went and lay-byed a whole heap of things, including the diamond press when it came out, a couple of sets of thickers, and I think some stamps and new ink and things like that. So my other half went and got it out for me, so that has enabled lots of scruffy fun back in those days. So yep, just using some double-sided tape to stick this down on top of the doily. I actually really liked the doily once I sat it down and placed it down. I like that it added something to that part of the page. As I said, it looked a bit empty to me when I first laid the layout out, plan out for it, and yeah, I do try and use up the kit as it comes, just because they are so beautiful. But then again, as I said, I am a bit of a hoarder, so trying to break that habit of, you know, my precious kind of thing. So now I'm just wrapping up the layout with adding some of those lovely little wood veneer hearts. Just using my little aqua Tombow glue to stick these down and make sure they stay. Basically, there was no plan to these. I just randomly placed them wherever my heart desired, really. So I add, I think, 3 of those, and then I add a couple of sequins as well, of the blue sequins. Now, my trusty old tweezers are out. I'm using my lovely little glue. So I don't know about everybody else while you're watching me do this, but it is absolutely boiling hot. I'm here in Canberra, and yeah, so summer is meant to be hot, and I get that, but this is really hot, and I do daycare, so keeping children inside and to keep cool, well, sometimes you lose your cool. It's a bit crazy, you know, and my kids love being outside, so, and I love being outside, so it's made it very interesting. It'd be great if I was on holidays, because, you know, I could sit in the air conditioning and do this scrappy business all day, but fortunately holidays are over and I had to go back to work. So yes, it's a bit crazy. So I hope everyone's keeping cool wherever you are, or warm, whichever part of the world you might be in. Now I'm just adding these little enamel dots, and these came in the pack too. They're from We Are Memory Keepers. At first I was like, again, I don't know about these, and then now I love them. So might have to track me down some more. I don't have a lot of enamel dots, and I might need to add some. Now, just fiddling around with, as you can see, I'm just sort of thinking about what I want where. Again, these weren't part of the plan. I saw them sitting there and went, oh yeah, they were part of the kit. I want to give them a go. So I like to test everything out to see how everything looks. Now I did fiddle around with this acetate piece as to where it was going to go. Originally, as you saw, it was in the plan to go down the bottom under the photo, but then I didn't think that would work because those pieces were there. Didn't like it across the top because I didn't want it to be sort of blended in with the title. So just about done, and I'll give you a few close-ups. I really hope you're enjoying these videos. I am trying to make them now a little bit more regular. Please leave me a comment, subscribe and like, and I will see you next time. Enjoy. Bye.